Um, Let me bring up Danny. Do you want to work right now?
Sure.
Okay, okay, great. So why don't can you do your pitch for us?
Definitely have not been working on it at all.
But
So,
that's okay. It doesn't have to be like this is just rough around the edges. I want to first of
okay.
all, I want to
Yeah.
see how long it it's too long, I think, first of all, right?
Well, and I started trying to I did that, I put that up, and then I started trying to change it based on what you said. So
Okay.
there's nothing I really have formatted right now,
Okay.
because yeah, I was just trying to figure out how I can change it,
Yeah, because
most of it up.
I think like I mean, all the fact about you healing yourself holistically and that you were wounded in the line of duty, like I think all of that is fine. I think that you gotta be careful of the thing that we talked about, just because
Yeah.
I mean, just because like I don't want any agent to think that you're difficult to deal with,
Right.
right? And not that that's mandatory
No,
anymore.
I get it.
And I totally get why you did it, because you healed yourself completely in a different way. And I know
Yeah.
I have plenty of friends that live a very holistic life that believe the same thing. So I'm not like judging you about that. I just don't want you to be judged. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So and you guys, that if you're running, like, really try to keep it under a minute. I mean, really try to do the best that you can. I notice, like, with a lot of you that I'm watching, that you're saying stuff, you're saying too much stuff. Like, think like where you can pull back. Where can I pull back? Because remember, less is more. Remember that thing we all learned in acting class? Less is more, right? I often say that the stuff we learn in acting class applies to what we do in our business of acting, right? So, um, I just got to tell you a really quick story that I used to teach at a film school, and I would produce the showcases for agents and managers. And if you got in any disciplinary trouble at the school, they would remove you from the showcase. So I had a kid that had a bunch of absences, and so he was removed from the showcase. But when producing the showcase, I needed someone to play a couple of quick lines of music on their guitar as part of the scene, right? So I asked the kid to play the guitar. He's played two lines of a song, you guys. Guess of all the actors who got called in by the most agents, right? And so and students would argue with me all the time about this point, that, oh, I want to show two scenes, I want to show my versatility. No, because listen to me, one of those scenes is always going to be less better than the other scene, right? And so what do you think they're going to they're going to remember? Is they're going to remember the part of you that sucked or was not as good, right? And so show them your best thing and then get the fuck out of there, right? Like, because they're going to remember you for that. And it's not about length that makes them remember you, it's about substance that makes them remember you. So it's not about staying out ever overly long. It's like, actually, sometimes when you say overly long, you can um they might be excited about you in the beginning, but if you keep talking, then they're going to lose interest. And then they're going to remember losing interest, not the excitement they had at the beginning. Right? So you want to be like, hey, razzle dazzle and get off stage, right? Like, don't feel like you have to stay to shove it down their throats. Right? And so that's kind of like Danny. I felt a little bit like, okay, I've heard this already. Like, let's just because your story, I mean, you could just come on and say that you were injured in the line of duty and you won a Purple Heart and you healed yourself. And I would be like, thank you. Okay. Right. And so, and then your credits, and I'd be done. I mean, like, you've auditioned for a lot of things. And instead of saying that you didn't get it, just say that I was called back repeatedly for, or something to that effect. Right. You can always fudge it a little bit, you guys. But you've auditioned for impressive things, Danny. It's a matter of time before you start booking them. Right. I really believe that. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
no, definitely. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and you have such a great look and all of that. And the fact that on top of it, you're this hero, which is really cool, that, you know, that I love that. And I think that dropping that is a really good thing. Okay.
And that's where I was a little confused on, because I didn't want to just say, hey, I'm a decorated deputy sheriff of the Bronze Star and Purple Heart that was, nearly killed and permanently disabled in line of duty, and then leave it, because then I don't want them to think I'm still disabled. So
No.
it's kind of like having to share, then I
Yeah.
end up using a decent chunk of time,
Yeah, but
just with that.
if you said they told me I would never walk again, but I would never be able to do, but I'm able to do all those things because I healed myself holistically. That's
Right.
really all. Then you just tell us that you're not disabled, right? And I think
Right.
that's
Right.
why you want to go on with that story. And I think you should, exactly. So we're not seeing that you're in a wheelchair right now.
So I wonder, because I think part of the confusion in me, I guess the way I looked at it also was, I realized from what I had originally to what I gave you in that pitch was that really there's so much of my story to say about like who I am in a certain sense that I'm trying to get across.
Yeah,
But my thought was, if I can just catch their attention, they're going to go look and be able to read and see more of the details of everything, right? And I
absolutely.
also felt like I wanted to show a little bit of an arc within my minute. I wanted to show a little bit of range, which is why I took it into, more of a gritty playfulness, at the end.
Yeah.
Um, so that was kind of part of my mindset in that, was, but also get across, because it was such a small window of time. I wanted to get across why I've done a lot of work, but then not necessarily because I wasn't available for a long period of time for SAG shows, right? So it was a small window of time that happened in,
Yeah.
and I did get casted, but didn't get to. So, anyways, it was just confusing on how to
Yeah.
quickly get
So
that
I just think
across.
just change it to, I've got in a small amount of time, these are the shows that I've gotten called in for, blah, 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 blah. And
Yeah.
I came really close to booking blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's as simple. You don't have to say, and I came really close to booking it. I know I know I'm set to start really booking, and I'm looking for an agent to help me do that, or something to that effect.
Now, should I mention anything about the fact that I'm producing and hosting a docu-series where I share inspirational stories of people from around the world? Because I'm
Well,
also looking for someone to help me pitch that, to get
yeah. So
distribution for that.
yes, I know you are. And so I'm also, um, um, yeah, if that, I would rather have you say that. I'm producing
Okay.
I'm producing and directing a docu-series about what happened to me. And I'm also looking for help getting that out there. Sure, you can say that. Absolutely. If you have time. I think it's, I just sort of trimmed it down just by saying, I was wounded. I won the Purple Heart. I healed myself holistically. They told me I'd never walk again. Well, I do. And I did that by healing myself holistically. In a short amount of window as an actor, I've auditioned for blah, 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 blah. I got really close to booking blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. I also have a docu-series about what happened to me that I'm working on getting out there and looking for someone to help me do that. That could be all under 1 minute.
Yeah. I'm not telling my story. I'm telling other people's stories.
Yeah, yeah, you're telling
But
other
yeah,
people.
yeah,
I know it.
yeah.
I know. right? But you don't need to go into what it's about. So you can say, I'm producing a docuseries and it's ready to go, and I need help getting that out there as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you feel like, did you like what I did at the end, or did you not?
Yeah. I did.
Okay, where I was like, I like playing, because to me it's always been like a funny joke of mine, because obviously, I screwed up in the line of duty and almost got killed, but when I do it on TV, I just get another take. So for
Yeah,
me, it
yeah.
was kind of a fun way to say, like, this is what you should be casting me for.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know if that came across when you heard that or not.
Yeah, I got that. I got that. I
Okay.
got that.
Okay.
Now I just almost get killed in the line on TV, right? It's much easier that way,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. I like that. That's cute. Yeah, I think that's good.
And should I, because I have an agent here in LA, should I be in the East Coast room? Is that I know on one of the recordings you mentioned, they find out, or whatever. Um, should I,
So
maybe I'm
then
just
just say,
maybe I'm just looking at
I'm
managers. I
looking
don't
for a
know.
manager. Yeah, I'm looking for a
A
manager.
manager. And should I still be in the West Coast room, or?
There's a good manager. Well, I think so, because there's a good manager in there, and there's also an agent from Albuquerque where you could be represented
Yeah.
that I think would like you. So I would stay in that room.
Okay, awesome. Because I definitely would love, to work in New York and Atlanta and
Well, then you can send your
Albuquerque.
pitch video to the manager that's in the New York room after the fact. Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
And that's not a conflict of interest to the agent that I have here.
No,
Getting another rep that's in New York,
I
or,
don't.
the East
In
Coast.
New York, no. If it's a
No.
manager,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
And as far as Albuquerque, I don't know, because I don't know your contract, but I probably guess that it's not.
That was the other thing I was wondering, is if I don't remember ever even signing a contract, and I heard you speak about something about freelancing. I don't know if maybe I don't technically have a how is there a way for me to know whether
Well,
I mean,
did you sign a
aside from
contract?
calling them, what's that?
No, if you didn't sign a contract, I mean, not everyone makes you sign a contract, but if
Yeah,
they didn't make you sign a contract, then you're not under any, if you don't remember signing a
obligation.
contract, yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure I did, but I didn't know anything about the industry, so I also, but I think I would have remembered signing a contract and reading it. I don't remember that at all.
Okay. Then you probably didn't get one.
So I'm safe. Like, there's no conflict of interest.
There's no conflict of interest, but you're happy with your agent because you're getting big auditions.
Right. It's just been weird because I don't know how much is going on or not going on over the past, you know, before the strikes and stuff, and then coming out of it. Are people getting auditions right now? Because
I
I
am.
haven't seen anything in over.
I
Okay, yeah.
am.
So
Palmer is. Yeah, people are. Yeah. Yeah.
okay, because I haven't seen anything. I had like all that bunch of real quick, and then it got shut down, and then I haven't seen any auditions since.
Yeah.
A
Well,
couple of years there, I guess.
let's talk,
Yeah.
set offline. Okay. So
Okay.
let me go check in with these other people that have their hands up, but let's plan on, get on my calendar. Okay. I don't have a lot of time
Yes.
on my calendar.
Thank you very much, everybody.
So, Gabby, are you here?
Yeah.
Gabby, introduce yourself to everyone so they can see you.
Okay. Hang on.
I mean,
Oh. It's a good angle. Hang on. I'm like mid crying because my aunt just sent me teddy bears made from my mom's clothes. Sorry. Not ready to come on camera. Okay.
Okay, so y'all, this is Gabby Faye.
Hi.
Hi. Are you changing camera?
Yeah, it's not a good view. Did I do it? No.
I don't know. Yes, probably.
Failing. Hang on.
I'm sorry you're crying. I didn't know that you were crying, obviously.
Well, it's fine. It's all good. I don't know why.
Okay, so this is Gabby, you guys. And if you would like to talk to us about working with us, you're most likely going to be talking to Gabby, because my calendar is super full and I got to serve my clients first. So if you I just want you to know who she is. She knows everything about Actors Fast Track. She's fine to talk to about working with us. So I just wanted you to see her and know who she is. And she has a few really good credits. You might have heard a show called Mayor of Easttown. She's in that. She has a nice little role in that. She knows a lot about acting, and she self-produces, and she does everything that, and she's an amazing pitcher. So she totally knows everything about acting. She's a great person for you to talk to. So, Gabby, if you do have your calendar link and want to throw it in the chat, if anyone does want to talk to her about working with us, you can talk to her, because if you're on my calendar, you're on my calendar, but I'm going to tell you, my calendar looks like a nut job. It's like so crazy, so many people on it. So get on her calendar and she will be happy to talk to you.
Yes, I'll throw it in just a second.
Okay. All right. And she'll put it in the chat for you guys. Okay. I just want to introduce her, because sometimes like you'll get on the calendar and you're expecting to talk to me, and you're probably not going to be talking to me at this point, just because my calendar's insane. Okay. Yes, Palmer, come on down. And Palmer knows Gabby.
Yes, very, very, very well. She's my great friend. So two things real quick. One, 1 minute is diabolical for me. Oh my God, I'm so wordy that I really found some trouble getting down to that 1 minute. But I did start using Chat GPT to help me like whittle it down. So it gave me some different perspectives on how to do that. So I highly encourage to use that. What I did was I put my whole script in there, what I wrote, and I said, make this a 1 minute elevator pitch with this tone to see, you know what I mean? So what I did was, then I recorded it over and over. It's still over a minute, but I'm working that down. So that's number one. So that's a hopeful thing if people are struggling with that.
Okay. And if you guys are not on Chat GPT, get on it. It's free. You can get on it. It's free, and you can use it for a lot of different things. You can use it for a social media plan, right? Here's a link to get on it. It's free. We actually have a course in our Actors Biz School called Chat GPT for Actors, right? Where we teach you how to use Chat GPT in different parts of your acting career. It can give you the most amazing social media plan. So you don't have to like think every time if you're trying to post, what am I going to post? It can help you cut down your pitch. It can help you write a better pitch. We used it the other day for a client that an agent sent her 5 questions before they were going to give her an appointment that she needed to answer. And we used it, and they called, as soon as they got the answers to the questions, she had a meeting like that. Right? Because it was, and so all I did is like, as she said the answers to the questions, I typed them into Chat GPT, and Chat GPT gave me back a better written version that sounded super professional. So don't forget that that's a really good thing to use for a lot of different things in your acting career. Palmer, I'm so glad you used that. I can't wait to see your 1 minute. Okay. He's frozen. Palmer, you're frozen. I can't wait to see your revisited 1 minute Chat GPT version. I hope that's not me freezing. Okay.
I just did that a few times.
Okay. All right.
It looks like it's in slow motion.
Oh, sorry if it's me or not. My other question I had.
I think it's you. I hope it's you and not me.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if it's a delay. My other question.
Oh, maybe it is me.
No, it's not you, Val. It's Palmer. I'm gonna text him.
Okay.
All right. It looks like I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So real quick before I disconnect again, my other question was the difference between a manager and agent kind of at this stage, which would, the main differences and which would be beneficial for like on the cusp of kind of being there. Is a manager beneficial or
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. I mean, I think that what you're looking for is someone that is excited about you, that wants to get you out there, that has some good connections. and is a good communicator for you and you have a good feeling about. A lot about when you're choosing these people, you have to trust your gut. I mean, you have to trust your gut, but also be smart. Like if they are good communicators, if they were prompt in setting up the meeting with you, if they were easy to deal with in setting up the meeting with you, like how you do anything is how you do everything. So pay attention to that, and then make sure you have good questions prepared for them. And remember, the number one question is, how do you communicate with your clients? Right? How do you communicate with your clients? And you can ask things like, do you pick up the phone and pitch? Right? Who do you know in the industry? Who do you have really good connections with? You know, do you negotiate above scale? Like all the things that we talked about, right? So those things are good questions to have prepared. But if you don't ask anything else, please ask, how do you communicate with your clients? Because you will learn a lot on how they answer that question. Okay? Right? Like I came on here today and told you, this is Gabby, by the way, because my calendar is full and I'm telling you that I'm not going to be able to communicate with all of you. Right? Like that's what I'm telling you. Right? And so, you know, that's good communication skills. Just make sure you have them and you have an agent that has them. Okay, great. Okay, thank you, Palmer. Okay, Max, I just wanted to say, Max, your pitch is really cute.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And a cheaper Ryan is great. I mean, it's just great. So I thought it was really good. I loved your pitch.
I appreciate it.
Okay. Okay, Holly. Hi.
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 So I've cut out the bits you said on the email, but I'm still running over. Shall I put it in chat GPT?
Yeah, put it in chat GPT. And did you understand why I wanted you to cut that one? Like, I didn't think you needed both those descriptions. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I think that I liked the high school girl that trips on her way to giving the phone number to the cute boy. I mean, that's
Yeah.
like, we really get that girl. We get that fallible, insecure girl. It reminds me of what's her name that was in Never Been Kissed. She was also Joan of Arc.
Oh, Drew Barrymore.
No, the best friend, the girl that was her best friend. She was also Joan of Arc. She was
Okay.
also Joan of Arc in the movie Joan of Arc. Someone put it in the chat. But yeah, that's who you remind me of.
Okay.
And she played, Jennifer Lawrence has that thing a little bit too, which is like the girl that is no, it wasn't Mila Jovovich, but it is maybe Mila, but it's not Mila Jovovich. It's and she you know, so Jennifer Lawrence has this too, that girl that kind of is a little bit like makes mistakes, like stumbles through life, that's not perfect.
Yeah.
Right. And but if she's your friend, she will be like your best friend. She will, you know, and that's the thing about this girl in that movie, is like she is like so dedicated to Drew that you know, and then when Drew hurts her feelings, it's like really awful because she was dedicated to her and one of her friends. And then when Drew got the boyfriend, she, you know, she went off without her, kind of thing. I think it's that movie.
Would that still be selling me as a leading lady though?
Yeah, I mean, we are now seeing leading ladies much more flawed than they used to be. I mean, leading ladies are definitely flawed. I mean, look at like Nicole from Bridgerton. I mean, my God. I mean,
Yeah.
right, we're seeing leads be flawed ladies now and flawed men, right? There's no more like perfect person in movies now. So that's why Jennifer Lawrence is so popular, because she definitely has that flaw about her that you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, so put it in ChatGPT and see if you can trim it down a little bit more. What did it come in at after we did those cuts?
I think it was 110 or
Okay,
120.
So okay, so ChatGPT will help you.
Okay.
Yeah, it will definitely help you. Because I think there's probably just a word here, a word there, take that sentence out.
Yeah.
I think that's what it'll help you with.
Okay.
Thank you for saying that, Palmer, because it was a really good idea. All right, Holly, put it in there and then put it back up on the
I got you.
the thing again. Okay.
So shall I record it again tomorrow, and shall I put it on the Facebook page or send it
put
to
it on
you
the-
again?
No, you can do either. You can either send it to me or put it on the Facebook page. I don't care. I mean, I'll look at it
Okay.
either way. Okay.
Does it matter? I haven't had any big credits. Well, everything that I said, is that valued?
Yes. I mean, you say you're 17 years old,
Yeah.
right? No, I mean, if someone expects you to have big credits at 17-year-old, then whatever, right?
Yeah.
They're going to sign you because you're 17 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. All right. Sophie.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. First of all, I wanted to say thanks to Palmer, because for me, doing a 1 minute it's diabolical. I gotta say that. So thanks for the idea of ChatGPT. I was recording my pitch on my telephone, and each time it was above 2 minutes. So I just gotta shut up for a second, like literally. But I'm glad that there is ChatGPT. I will definitely use that. So that is the first thing I wanted to say. And my question is, you were talking to Danny to not come off as being hard to work with. And I don't know if I should mention that, because we are here, we love each other, and we are fine. So I will tell you, but I don't know if I should say that to agents, that I have Asperger's syndrome. So I don't know if I should put it somewhere, just say about that, or don't mention that.
Something that you would say in a meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think you need to say it. I think that really the only we had a girl on here that pitched a couple of years ago that was in a wheelchair, and that's a handicap, and she showed us her wheelchair, right? Like she showed us in her pitch. So that's like something that she automatically comes with. But I know that you come with that as well, but I don't think, if you are dyslexic or have Asperger's or a form of autism, or, you just need to let your salesperson, your agent know that. So when they're booking you on a job, if you need longer time with a script, you need to say, because of my situation, I'm going to need a little longer with a script, right?
Okay, sure.
Your best to do that. Now, as far as having to memorize for an audition, no one needs to memorize for an audition anymore. If you want to learn how to audition with a script the best way possible, there are two people that I would recommend. I'm going to put him in the chat. James Dumont. He has a class called On Camera Workouts. When you look him up, you're going to be like, oh, I know that guy. He's in every movie. He doesn't memorize one script, you guys, and he shows you how to audition without doing that. And he's built a very big career, including being Jared Leto's dad in Dallas Buyers Club that wouldn't give him money when he was dying of AIDS. That's James Dumont. So he's amazing. And the other one is Margie Haber, who she's made a whole living on teaching people how to work without a script, with a script. Now, James Dumont you can take one class at a time. You don't have to sign up to a long class with him. And you can even take a class and not work. You can pay him $20 to go sit in on his class and watch him work with other people. And then if you go, oh, I like what he does, then you can pay more to go sit in on a class, and he'll give you a script and he'll work with you. Right. So I recommend those two people. I will show you my ring light here. It has lines on it. Now, I pretty much was off book for that scene that I auditioned for, but I was there just because, like, you know, James Dumont taught me you have to cross camera, right? You know, to open yourself up. And so, you know, the lines are there if I need them.
Mhm.
Right? But I didn't need him on that situation. But sometimes just put him up there. He has a clothesline behind his camera that he puts his lines, he puts cues up for himself on. So that can
Okay.
help you. Okay. Now, I think it's really important to talk about that you were a model turned actress.
Okay.
Because, I mean, that we see that. So I think that's really important, and like what you're doing about your acting career now, and that you live in Poland and that you have access to Europe, you know, to work in Europe, which is great for a lot of these agents. They're going to like that, right?
Mhm.
Because you can book in a lot of places in Europe right now,
Mhm.
right? And your
Yeah.
English is great.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's a relief to hear. I have another question because I won't be able to come to the Sunday
Yeah.
happening, and I just wanted to ask if there is a possibility that I will buy a ticket to just have access to the recording of that meetings, or it's not possible at all.
You can yeah, I don't know if I'm going to record it, to be honest with you. And definitely the rooms won't be recorded, so you wouldn't be able to see the pitches because you can't record breakout rooms. So,
Yeah, I see.
yeah,
Sure.
but you could see the first 3 hours of my teaching. Yeah, you know, I mean, um, I don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah, sure.
I'm probably not going to send out the recording is probably not going to send it out, you know, because it's like, okay. But you know, we should talk at some point, definitely.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay, that's great.
All
Thank you
right.
very
Thanks,
much.
Sophie. Yes,
Thanks.
Klima.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. A few questions, quickly. Number one, for example, I cut my hair, so I obviously need new headshots. When I am pitching via email, I obviously should use the new headshot, but I have not yet booked the new headshot. So is it okay if I send an old headshot with my longer hair? I mean, I have like shorter hair now down to like my shoulder. Or I don't know what you
Yeah,
suggest.
that's fine.
Yes, okay. And then the second question is when you're looking, I can't remember what you said exactly when you said when you look, for example, on IMDb Pro, the list of clients that a certain agency has, the less you want to go for them, right? The more clients they have, or does it even matter?
Not necessarily. I mean, look at how many of their clients are working.
Mhm.
Right. And so if they have a lot of clients working and they're a big agency and they have a lot of clients working, that could be problematic for you, because you would be at the bottom of the list. And if I'm an agent, I'm going to pay more attention to the people that I'm making the most money from. However, there are some, you know, exclusions to the, you know, there's people that doesn't apply to, right? Like Courtney Peldon over at Aqua, she's a gigantic list, but you know, I mean, anytime you're at the bottom of someone's list, you guys, it just means that you need to jump higher and be louder and be like, you know, communicating with them about what you're doing and be really activated in your career, right? The higher up you are the list, then they obviously know who you are because they're getting you out. But but I think generally, you know, you're looking for a certain person. Don't think so much about their list as much as what they have to say and how you feel about them. And do you feel confident that they'll be a good person in your business? Look, just in like Actors Fast Track, I've had a lot of employees over the last 12 years, that people that have worked for me, right? And I can tell you that it's a process learning how to hire someone. And then not only hire them, but learn how to communicate with them on your end. Right. And so in any business, like they don't teach us that in acting school. They don't teach us how to be in a business relationship. So we have to learn for ourselves, right? Like how to be in a business relationship. And that takes time. I mean, probably your initial agent is going to be not going to be your forever agent, right? Probably they're going to be someone, and you're going to learn. I mean, my first agent was awful, right? Because I was like a consolation prize for him, right? He was going to make my then husband the next Sean Penn. That didn't happen, but he was going to do that, right? And so, like, I was kind of like the wife that came along with him, right? And so he didn't give a crap about me, right? And so you got to find someone that does care about you. And it's not like, the one of the best agents I ever have, it's always like the best agent I ever had. She was an agent that she had become an agent by being a partners with another agency in New York. And then she went out on her own. And then she showed up at one-on-one. This is back in the day when you could do one-on-one appointments with people and go in and do a monologue at one-on-one in New York, right? It's like in the beginning of one-on-one. And she had gone out on her own. So she was actually at one-on-one really looking for actors. And she told me when I came in, she's like, oh my God, I hope this girl can act. Because she needed me in her stable of actors, right? And so when I did my monologue, she's like, can you come see me tomorrow at my office? And I was like, yeah. And I came and she was like, I really want to work with you. And I just like knew immediately that she was going to be a great agent. And she really was. She was a partner for me. So like, when I couldn't get into a room, she would call me and we would strategize together on how to get me in that room. Or she brought on Tammy Grimes, who was Amanda Plummer's mother, who was a famous Broadway star. And she used Tammy Grimes to leverage getting other people in her of her actors in the room. So if you're going to see Tammy Grimes, I also need you to see Valerie Hubbard and blah, 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 and blah, 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 right? So I got a lot of big auditions after she signed Tammy Grimes, right? And so, she was a smart business person. Of course, she left to become a therapist. That was like one of the saddest days of my life, right? We cried and cried and cried, right? How come always the good ones close? That's the way it is. But like, she was a partner for me and she taught me how to be in a relationship and she spoiled me because once I learned how to be in a relationship with an agent like that, then it was hard to be in a relationship that wasn't like that. Right? So, yeah, she was great. So you're looking for great. And I'm sorry to say, but in this atmosphere of the time, it's kind of like a needle in a haystack. But I think that like we're starting to see a new crop of agents and managers pop up that are understanding what literally is happening out there. And I brought a lot of them to this event. Right? They're forward thinking. They understand there's a lot of ways to make money.
The last part of that question was, can we talk about exclusivity? Because some do say, this is an exclusive contract or it's an open one, what do you
Well, mostly
think?
in LA, they're going to sign you exclusively. That's what they do. And so you have to be really careful about what you sign. Never sign in the room, right? Always take time to read it or run it by people that you trust, or even better, an attorney, right? Make sure that you're signing something that makes sense. And, and make a decision, make a good decision.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I keep rubbing my head. I'm in an attic and I hit my head on that corner this morning, just a little bit ago. So that's why I'm like, am I bleeding? So I like keep feeling there's a dent in my head right now. Okay. Thanks, Zulema. Hi, Violetta.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
So I have like three-ish questions.
Okay.
My first one, well, going off like the numbers, you talk about like how like you shouldn't matter how many people there are on the list, but is there like a minimum? Like if like I look at these agencies and some of them have like that like 1,000, over 1,000. Some of them like have like 100 or like lower. Is there like a
Yeah, I mean, if they have 5 people on their list and they have and no one has a picture on IMDb Pro, then I probably wouldn't sign with them. Right? You know, if they have 1,000 people on their list, they better have more than one agent, right? And they probably also have a commercial department, is my guess. Right? So that means that they're representing some people for commercial, some people for not.
Okay, and okay, my other question, like I've been learning like sort of like how to do my makeup more. So my question for pitches and like auditions, how important like is the as like we talk about how you need to embody your character and your brand. So my question is, how important is the makeup to like auditioning and pitch videos as well, and just that aspect?
Well, on camera auditions, it's really important. Everything is really important. You know, what you're wearing, what your on camera makeup looks like, you know, your eyeline, you know, who you're talking to, what do you want from them, all the text analysis stuff we learn as actors and acting class is very important in on camera auditioning. For pitch videos, whatever you want it to be. I mean, it's like you know, like if you're into more of the goth look, which I know you are, and you want to do that more for pitching, I think that's great. I mean, for auditioning, sometimes you're gonna get the lonely little girl that probably doesn't have any makeup on or maybe hides behind her makeup, right? So you will make that choice with your acting coach or when you're coaching on big auditions, right? And all big auditions, you should get coached, right? And so you'll make that choice then. But as far as pitch video, if you want to show the goth girl in your pitch video and that fits what you're doing, then I think you should.
Okay.
Right? You know, and I think that's great. But I also think, you know, just like your headshots, like you have headshots that don't have a lot of makeup, which is important because you're also going to get called in for that girl. Right? That girl that's sort of like the mouse in the corner that is actually the killer or something, you know? And so, or, you know, right. So, you know, you're you know, that's part of your brand.
Okay. And my last question is sort of about my pitch. Like you said, it's like over 8 seconds. Should I trim it, or is it's like 1 minute, 8 seconds, or should I keep it the way it is? Because you said on the comment, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, over 8 seconds isn't going to kill you. No one's going to stop you until 1:15.
Okay. But my pitch is good. I don't need
Your
to
pitch
change
is
it.
good.
Okay.
No. I mean, if you want to, if there's any little thing that you, once you're doing it, that you feel like you can cut off that 8 seconds, maybe there is. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hi, Karen. Karen.
Karen.
Karen.
I know. One day.
One day I'll get it.
It's no biggie. I get all
and you
sorts of
got my
things.
message that, yeah, you're in the right room because of New Mexico, Oklahoma. Well, I haven't heard from the Oklahoma agents. They're the only ones that haven't confirmed. So I might be putting someone else in there if they don't show up. So we'll see.
So my only question is the beginning of my pitch. I don't know if you saw it, but it's like, hey, my name is Karen Knebel. I'm a writer, actor, producer. I just moved out of LA, but in the 4 years I was there, I booked 24 roles, blah, 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 blah. So if I'm in the LA room, I don't know if that's a turn off because I'm saying I just moved out. I would,
instead of saying just moved out, can you say you're in Colorado now, right?
Yeah.
So can you say like, I'm living in between, I'm living all over the West Coast and Colorado, California, you know, like just make it seem like, you know, did you see Mike's pitch where he said, I have homes in New York, Philadelphia, and Florida? He just moved to Florida.
Okay.
So he's just saying, I got the Eastern Seaboard covered. I'd rather than limit yourself, open it up to like, I go back and forth between Colorado and California.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys, like, it was so funny because I talked to someone that was like, oh, I don't, that was in Europe today, and they're like, well, they're in, I forget where they were, but like near Germany, and like, so it was like, she's like, well, it would take me a while to get to England. I'm like, how long does it take you to get to England? I love you, European. She's like, 2 hours. I'm like, have you ever been to the United States? It takes you like it takes you
That's
5 hours in a
us.
plane to get to the other side.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy.
I know.
Perspective,
Hey,
man. Perspective.
In 2 hours, you're on the other side of our country.
I know, Michelle. And so because Michelle, I met Michelle when she was studying in California. I was one of her teachers. But like, right, like, I think it's always funny when people haven't been here and they're telling me, oh, it takes 2 hours. I'm like, 2 hours?
2 whole hours?
It takes me 2 hours to get in LA, it takes me 2 hours to get a loaf of bread and a gallon of milk.
Yes, it sure does.
I was watching that show All American because we have a client. Well, I have so many clients on All American. By the way, that first season there was 3 clients on All American, and Bernadette Speaks has a really good top of show guest star. She is a top of show guest star. Erica Bowman and Doreen Calderon has a recurring. And so that was the first season. I'm trying to watch the whole thing, and they go between Compton and Beverly Hills, and it's like they get there in like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, because that happens.
That would take
They
you
teleport.
all day.
They teleport. Boop. Oh, sorry, my camera just went out. My cat's sitting on it. It's not helping
Yeah,
me.
so I think you should just change that a little.
Okay, so I
bit.
go back and forth between California, which I do actually.
Well, then
all
say
the time.
that.
Okay.
Don't limit yourself.
Okay.
Right. And yeah. So I definitely think that, I mean, I think like in this day and age, we have to be mobile. We have to be mobile. Right? We have to
Absolutely.
be, and agents are thinking like that too now. So it's good.
It's beautiful. Thank
right.
you. That was my only
You're
question.
welcome. That was a great
you.
question. I liked your pitch video. I did watch it,
Oh,
and
Thank
I
you.
thought it was really good. And so I didn't have I thought I commented on your pitch video. I liked it.
Oh, well, I'm glad you liked it.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
Cliff.
Hi, yeah, I have a question about the pitches with backdrops. Do you recommend or not recommend using a backdrop like we would use for auditions, or do you think it's better for pitches to just have like be in a room or wherever you are?
I think
Or
it's
does it
really
really
up
matter?
I think it's really up to you. I mean, like I was talking to one of my clients yesterday, and her house that she lives in is just beautiful. And yesterday she was doing her pitch for me, and then I thought, well, that's great what you have on and where you're standing. She goes, I'm in a hotel room. So
Okay.
I never mind. But I mean, I think there's something to be said about having a backdrop. So it's and by the way, what color is your backdrop, Cliff?
It's a grayish, like gray.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Hey, Cliff, go in Actors Biz School and watch that self-tape class that John Tagg did for us.
Okay.
It's in Actors Biz School now. It's called
Uh-huh.
Self-Tape. Go
Okay.
watch that, because I think that is going to help you level up a little bit if you need
Okay.
to level up. And the way that he taught self-tape was so amazing, because he has set up this whole thing in his garage, and and he feels like he's walking on set when he's doing his self-tape. And I think that now that we're trying to get you to the next level in your acting career, that I think that will really help you to watch what he's doing, because he's booking a
great.
ton of top of show guest stars.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I think I'm through the marketing tools right now,
Okay.
but might just jump over and watch.
Yeah,
the
go check it out, because his setup is amazing.
Okay.
It made me feel like, oh, I need to work on it, like when he talked to us. But like, just go watch that, because it will really help you.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
and also, talk to Mike, because Mike is booking top of show guest stars, and so
Right.
he's a really good actor, as you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. We've worked together for auditions before. Like if it's something heavy and big that I'm like, no, I'm gonna book this, then I'll usually hit up Michael and maybe somebody else and get together with them and
Okay.
work them out.
Yeah, I think
but,
that's a great idea.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
definitely
For the Pitch Fest itself, there's a chance I'm being offered a role that's filming Friday through Tuesday. I may or may not take it. I haven't really decided yet.
Okay.
But I guess if I do, my one stipulation is that I have to be available for the
pitch is at,
pitches.
because you're a client, you can come right to the pitch, which is at 3 p.m.
Okay.
Let me just be really preface with this. If you're a client, you can if you need to come at 3 p.m., but don't be there at 3 p.m., be there at 2:30 Eastern time. But if you're not a client, you have to come, you have to talk to me, and you definitely have to come back to the main room after the pitch. You cannot pitch and leave because I won't send you the emails if you're doing that. I need you to come back to the main room. But you should be there in the morning because what I'm teaching, I've prepared a lot of material for you guys. But like Cliff, your client. So if you want to come, you can, but be there by 2:30.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really wanting to be there for the whole thing. And
Yeah.
I have a meeting with another producer already scheduled on Saturday and another one possibly on Friday. Like it's a really busy, important week right now for me, and with all the meetings and the pitches but also it's just a short, but it's SAG, and it's not like a lot of money, but it's enough for me to go, well,
Yeah.
it wouldn't hurt to have it. So I don't know.
So use the criteria list, right? The criteria list that we teach in how to run your acting business like a business, right? So a criteria list is 5 reasons, and this is for everyone, 5 reasons why you take an audition or you take a job. If 3 of the 5 are not a yes, you don't take the job and you don't take the audition. Here's my 5. Does it pay? Or does it pay your minimum?
Yeah, no, it pays.
Okay. All right. So then are you inspired by the script or the role?
Yeah, I haven't seen the full script. I like the role itself. I do like.
Okay, so
but I haven't seen the full script.
What about the director? I
don't know the director, but I was referred to him by a director that I have worked with a lot.
That you like?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you've got 3.
That's checks 3. Off. Yeah.
So the 3 is the director. The 4th is, will it move your career forward?
That I mean, like I said, it's a short. It is SAG. It is union. But it is just a short, and I don't really know much about the director.
So probably that's a no.
Yeah.
That's all right. You already got 3 yeses.
Right.
And then the 5th one is, are they organized? But
yeah, then that too, I don't really know. I know their DP. I have worked with their DP before.
Okay.
And he's organized for sure.
Oh, well
so
then
I assume
yes.
so. Yeah.
So you have 4 yeses, and so then there's, that's what you run it through, and then that helps you make decisions.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Baya.
Hey.
Hi.
I hope everyone is good. I have 2 questions. When we will write to the agents after the day, is it more usual to link or to put on the email or Spotlight link or IMDb profile?
You can put all of those if you have a signature line.
Okay.
There's a thing called Linktree, and in Linktree it's free, and you can get it, and you can put all of your links on one link. So when I hit the link, all of your links come up for everything. I would put everything. You can put everything in your signature line, and you should have as much stuff as possible about yourself.
Okay, cool. And my second question is, when we will record our final pitch and we will send them by email, I was wondering, do I need to do it like with a neutral backdrop and to behave like in a more disciplined manner, or is it okay to be chill?
I think that it's really up to you. I think it's really up to you. It should look good.
Okay.
But it doesn't have to be in front of a backdrop, but it's just really up to you. As long as it looks good and it's you talking to the camera and it's nice. So that's
okay,
all.
there is no rule.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, Kim. Hey, Danielle, I'm gonna have to take Kim and then I'm gonna have to go because I have a hard out at 2.
And it's a super fast question.
Okay.
Which is when doing pitch fests and everything else, and self-tapes and such, standing, sitting, doesn't matter.
Good question. I believe as much as possible you should always stand because it gives better energy.
I thought that might be the answer, so thank you for confirming.
You're welcome. Okay, Danielle, make sure you raise your hand. Lauren, Lauren White, I just saw you come on camera. Your pitch is hilarious. Okay. I love the Karen thing. And reporting the agents, they're gonna love that. So really turn that on. It was really funny. Okay, great, Kim. Thank you, everyone. Keep working on those pitches. Keep posting them. I'll be back in the Face group a little later on today. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.